Netflix's new show Beef is crazy. At first you think it's some corny show with unrealistic plots, but instead you're laying up on your bed, existential crisis after watching all episodes in one sitting. But it isn't simply a disturbingly well-written series on depression and a bit of capitalism. It also reveals the irony in society's most disturbing desire. This show goes deep to realistically exaggerate the vicious cycle of revenge and its unavoidable consequences. Our society quite literally commends revenge on a personal, national, and international level. Globally too. I mean, one of the most well-known quotes is "Revenge is the dish best served cold." And what does that mean exactly? Well, it literally means vengeance is most satisfying when you make your enemy pay back later in time rather than immediately. In other words, it means to create a well-thought-out plan to get back at someone you want to get revenge on, which sounds psychotic when I put it like that. But revenge, whether on a small or big scale, is pretty common. Someone says something rude, people want to beat them up, countries lose a war, they probably provoke another one because they hopefully want to win it the next time. But the scary part about everything I'm trying to explain is that there's no winner. It just isn't. And we see that idea of no one winning represented in this Netflix series. Even though they survived till the end, neither of them won. Let's assume that Amy successfully shot and killed Danny in the final episode. She still had a divorce on the way, she still had high chances of losing custody over June, and her business was on the verge of plummeting, and it's probably plummeting considering that her investor Jordana, who was supposed to acquire her business, had lost 50% share of her body. Whoever has the last laugh is suffering a painful one. It is literally a fact that getting revenge feels rewarding at first, but according to psychological scientists, instead of quenching hostility, revenge prolongs the unpleasantness of the original offense. That's something I kind of dabbled in my last life, but this was well put. Basically, you are hurting yourself in the long run more than you are satisfying yourself in the short run. And we see that plain as day with Amy and Danny. Danny felt so good pissing on Amy's floor. Amy felt so good trashing Danny's truck. And they live in this delusion that once they get back at the other person, the other will surrender and say, oh, you had the last laugh. No, each one of them wanted the last laugh continuously, so it never stopped until it got too far and people actually died. Just as we saw with Amy and Danny, revenge is a never-ending cycle until someone decides to be the bigger person. And it's pretty hard being the bigger person when all you want to do is have the last laugh. And to be the bigger person, you have to give it up, forgive the person, even if you feel like they're wrong. And that's how Lee Sung, the director, would describe Amy and Danny's problem. I think if they would just let go, they would actually look at each other and say, we have a lot in common. And as trite as it may sound, I think that's true of society at large. Revenge is popular, grudges are trendy, people love drama. I mean, that's what the whole world teaches us online and in reality. Well, as the director Lee Sung mentioned, let go, which is a loose synonym to the word forgiving. I think that's what makes Christianity so unpopular. We quite literally live in a dog-eat-dog world, and it's quite unusual to hear about this supposed God who died for us and would forgive us of anything as long as we forgive anyone who's ever done us dirty. I truly believe that if our world genuinely promoted and practiced the values that Christ, places on us, our world would probably be much less chaotic. In Romans 12:19, God tells us to never take revenge and to leave it to the Lord. And I think, I know from experience, you'll find more peace in your life and much less hatred, much less jealousy, and much less envy if you just gave your desires of revenge to him. Because if not, you'll end up just like Amy and Danny did, which is slowly accepting that death is right at the corner, filled not with resent, but regret that you burden yourself with all your pain and your worries, rather than giving it to God, who'll replace it with something far better. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Let me know what you thought of the Netflix series Beef. I did think it was really corny at first, then it got very real, and then I was like, dang, this show is amazing. It is very vulgar. It does have quite a few inappropriate scenes. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this week's video. Hit the like button, subscribe, and African mama select the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video when we're back on my channel. I'm Ahana, and I'm out. Okay. Oh, this hair. I'm not feeling this hair, but it's fine, you know. I just look like Karate Kid, no big deal.